exactly 8:05. Let's see if others can join. We'll start at 8:05. Okay. Yeah. Once again, good evening to you all. Good evening from my side. I am Emmanuel Ibe, and I'll be your data analysis instructor. So, throughout the course of our bootcamp, you'll be having me here. So, feel free to reach out to me anytime you have any challenge, and then we'll see what we can do. So, yesterday, some persons reached out to me because they've been having issues with installing their MS Office, particularly Excel. So, if you still have issues like that after the class, please reach out to me. If I don't respond, reach out to me tomorrow from 7:30 to 9 p.m. I'll be willing to help. So let's get started, please. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you so much. So this class is going to be a very interactive one. We are all learning. I know some persons are already very advanced in Excel and then data analysis as a whole. And then some of us are still learning. But the class is going to be very beginner friendly. So don't be scared if you have no experience at all in data analysis. Don't be scared. We are going to start from the beginning and then brush it up. But one thing there is that just like every other skill, if you do not know it well, there is no way you can perform well. Before I begin our class, it's always necessary for when you're learning some skills, it's always very necessary. It's not just about finishing the course, it's about learning it well. Normally, um, let's say you're a guy and then you go to barb your hair. If you meet a barber who has just started learning for that day, it will be difficult to sit down there and allow him barb your hair. It's always very difficult. So same way with data analysis. It will be difficult to land a role. It will be difficult to work if you do not really know it. And then getting a job is one thing, but remaining in that job is another thing. So open up your mind to know, open up your mind to study well. Don't just finish your courses. So we'll be starting with Excel. I know most of you have heard of Excel. Most of you know Excel from secondary school, from primary school. I believe some of you have been using Excel. Some of you have little knowledge of Excel. So it's just part of the productivity tool in Microsoft. So first off, we are learning Excel particularly for data analysis and not some other skills. So what's data analysis? It's the process of examining, interpreting, and transforming data to uncover valuable insights and inform decision making. So just a brief one. How I got to start loving data analysis was from a friend. So we had this little gathering, and then somebody came and sponsored our drinks that day. Somebody came and then bought us drinks. So I was like asking, when did this guy make this type of money? So the guy was like, come on, a data analyst too. That was like the first time I was hearing that word. So I was like, data analyst. Waiting then they do. So the guy gave me an example. He said, data analyst, let's just imagine after census, let's say after census in Nigeria, that it's data analysts that come up to like bring up that data and then make it look like graph, make it look like what's it called, a chart. That was just typically what he said. That is data analysts that come together, collect that data, and then we see it as charts. We will be able to see that, okay, those in Enugu have so population, those in Kanu have so population, and so on. So briefly, that's just what data analysis is all about. Making meaning out of data. Making meaning out of data. That's just it. So there are different tools for data analysis. We have our spreadsheets. We have our structured query language. We have visualization tools, and then programming languages. Not limited to this, but there are so many others. But this is just particularly what we'll be focusing on. So the spreadsheet we'll be focusing on is Microsoft Excel. It's somehow similar with our Google Sheet. If you have a knowledge of Microsoft Excel. Hello, any problem? Can you hear me? Okay, so if you have knowledge of Microsoft Excel, sorry, I can hear myself. Who is that? Please, can you mute?
Mo ti dú rẹ o, mo ti lẹ táìmù ọ̀run, mo ti ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀, mo ti perfect everything. Ó dẹ̀ lábẹ́
Ridwan, who
sẹ́yìn
is this?
láti
Please,
sẹ́yìn.
can you mute?
Ṣí ni mú tara mi?
Who is this, please? Can you mute? Okay, so as I was saying, if you have knowledge of Microsoft Excel, then you can work with Google Sheets. You can work with Google Sheets if you have knowledge of Microsoft Excel very well. So particularly, that's what we'll be starting with. Don't be too interested in like knowing everything about data analysis first. Let's just focus on Excel at the moment. Take it bit by bit. Try as much as possible to learn everything you can, and then we'll move to the next. But before then, I want to confirm. Please, if you
Oh no, no mine.
who is this, please? Who is this, please? Please, I want to confirm if you've at least finished the syllable up to the first week. Please, can you give me a thumbs up? Nobody? Okay, 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 that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so let's move immediately to what we'll have about for Excel. So, God. So as we've said, Microsoft Excel is a popular spreadsheet by Microsoft itself. So it has inbuilt functions and tools that enables us to perform different calculations, manipulate data, insert data, and so on. So it's used for sorting, that's organizing our data in either ascending or descending order, that's sorting, processing our data, that's particularly working on our data. That's all about processing data, working on our data. So Microsoft Excel allows for that. Microsoft Excel provides us with the opportunity to work on our data. Analyzing data, maybe when we reach the point of getting, using our functions, even pivot table, or even visualization. Then we are going to see how Microsoft Excel can be used to analyze our data and then visualize it, turn it into smooth visuals. I know before now, maybe some of us have come across line charts, pie charts, and so on. So you can also do that with Microsoft Excel. So let's go back. If you have your system here with you, you can practice along with us. So this is how Microsoft Excel looks like. I know you've seen that, but then this is how Microsoft Excel looks like. So just like Microsoft Word, these are our tabs. These are our different tabs: the Home tab, Insert tab, Page Layouts, our Formula, our Data, our Review tab, View tab, and the rest of them. All these tabs have their functions. All these tabs have their different functions. I'd love you to go through all the tabs in Microsoft Excel. Explore them one after the other. You already have data sets from Data Camp. Load it. Begin to explore all the tabs one after the other, bit by bit. In every tab, we have different groups. We have different groups. These are clipboard group, our fonts group, alignment group, and the rest of them. All of them have their functions. The best way you can learn is to practice. The best way you can learn is to get yourself acquainted with all of this. So after this class, load any data set of your choice and then begin to explore the different tabs. You will learn even more than what you get from this class. So this is how Microsoft Excel looks like. We've talked about our tabs. We've talked about the different groups. and then the different formatting buttons here. Now, as we've said, Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet. And then for every spreadsheet, there's always row and column. Our column is the vertical line here we can see. And then the rows are these, the horizontal lines. Our vertical lines are the columns, and the rows are our horizontal lines. And then, if we notice, we'll see that our columns are labeled A, B, C, up to the end. And then, if we've reached Z, we start getting AA, AB, AC, and so on. While for our rows, we have one down. Can you hear me, please? I think I was
No,
muted.
please.
Oh,
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes.
please, when did you stop hearing me?
Since you said the rows, that was when we stopped hearing you.
Columns.
Are you
We're talking
serious?
about columns.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I was talking about our rows and columns in Excel. So I said the rows, the columns are the vertical lines in Excel. And then our rows are the horizontal lines in Excel. So our vertical lines, we have for every column, they are named after alphabets. We have column A, column B, column C, D, up to Z. And then when we reach Z, we have column AA, column AB, and so on. So after now, just go through your Excel and then see. Then for our rows, we have row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, down. Then I said again that Excel, although can accommodate a great number of data, but then it is still limited. Not that there is any tool that can contain unlimited data, no. But then Excel is limited up to, I think Excel has, let's say, a million and 40 something rows for Excel. 1,040,000 something rows. So be mindful of the kind of data you load, the kind of data you use Excel to analyze. You should be mindful of that as well. And then we said an intersection of our rows and column is called the cell. So this is a cell. This is another cell. This is another cell. This is another cell. I don't know if you are following. Am I too fast?
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm following.
Okay, thank you. So this is a cell, this is another cell, this is another cell, because this row intersects with this column at this point. So this is going to be cell A1. Now, this row intersects with this column. This is going to be cell B1. This row intersects, this column intersects with this row. So this is going to be C1. That's how cells are labeled. So this is E1, this is E2. This will be what? This will be what? Any idea?
D5.
D5.
D5. Thank you. So that's how we
D5.
label. Thank you. So that's how we label our cells. Now, this is a worksheet. This is a worksheet. In Excel, this is a worksheet. So a worksheet is basically like, let's say we already have, let's say you get a notebook and then a page in that notebook. So same thing in same thing in Excel. This is a worksheet. Basically, it is a page in this entire workbook. So in this workbook as a whole, we can have different sheets. This is sheet 2. This is sheet 3. This is sheet 4. So this is a sheet. Let's say this is a page. This is another page. This is another page. Another page. All in this workbook. So if we save our work here, it is a workbook with 4 different worksheets. Please give me a thumbs up if you're following me. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, your questions will come at the end of the class. If you have any question. So we've talked about a cell. That's the intersection of a row and a column. And we already know what a row is. We already know what a column is. We've talked about our worksheets, and then we know what our workbook is. So just imagine it to be an exercise book. Imagine a workbook to be an exercise book, and then a worksheet to be a page in that exercise book. And then rows, horizontal, column, vertical. So the next thing we'll look at is loading our workbooks, entering and editing data, and then formatting cells, font, border, and background color. So if you have your PC on if you have your PC on, you can just go and load any, you can just go on and load any of the data sets you downloaded from DataCamp. So let's work with this. So now there are 2 ways to load your data sets. You can either go through this route, that's just going direct and then double clicking. It will open up immediately. Or we go to the data tab. Now we are here. So let's imagine that you get a data set that's not that's maybe in a CSV, that's a CSV file, and then it's not separated by rows and columns. It's rather separated by comma. Then it will be most applicable here. So what you just have to do is, so you go to your data tab, get data, then from Excel workbook, and then, or from text or CSV. If it's a CSV file, you click on from text or CSV here, and then it loads this way. So if it loads this way, then you either you select the delimiter. If it's separated by comma, you select comma. If it's separated by a tab, you select tab. If it's separated by a colon, you select colon, and so on. So this is obviously separated by comma. So we go on. If we want to load our data directly, we click on load, and it loads directly. And then if we want to transform, we'll still go to the transformation. The transform data will take us to the Power Query editor. So, but we'll still see that after now. And then we load. However, so you can choose if you want it to detect data type or you do not want. You can still choose based on entire data set. But most of the times, it's not advisable to go for based on entire data sets if you have a very large number of data. If you have a very large number of data, it's not advisable. The most preferred one is the first 200 rows, because after loading your data, you still have time to change data type. You still have time to go through that. So based on first 200 rows, and then you load your data. This is not what we want because it's already formatted. So let's use okay, yeah. So these are data sets. This is the data set we'll be working on. So we have our data set already loaded. This is basically the simplest way to load our data set in an Excel workbook. This is this way because it's not an error. It's because the values here are compressed by our column. The values here are compressed by our column. So you either click and drag, but it's not advisable. You double tap. If you double tap, it adjusts automatically. It adjusts everything automatically. So looking at our work here, it doesn't look organized, and that's formatting our data. But before formatting our data, we have to check for data types. We have to check for data type. So to check for data type, we click on each column. And then change the data type to an accurate data type. Data type is basically the type every data assumes, the position every data assumes. For example, we know normally that numbers are numeric figures. We know that letters should be text. We know that this is date. So we shouldn't have it as text or anything. So to format to the right data tab, you highlight it, you click on the column here, and then come here to change data type. So General means it's not specific. It can be anything. This is number. This is actually what we want. This is currency. If this was, let's say, 1 naira, 2 naira, $2, then we'll go for currency. Then accounting, if somehow has to do with numbers, but not exactly. Then date. If this is a date data type, then we can go for it. Either a short date. When we reach here, we're going to see either a short date or a long date. Time, percentage, and so on. But what we are looking for is number. This is just specifically number. So we click on number. Having clicked on number, you see that it's added 2 zeros here. So we come here to either reduce or increase. But we're not using the 0.00 for anything. So we reduce. This is name. Its name is supposed to be under number, under general, under currency, short date, time, scientific, or text. I'll need help here, please.
It is supposed to be text.
Okay, thank you. So we go for text. Department. Department will go for what again? We'll go for text. Age. This is where we say age is just a number. So age, number. So salary. So what's salary supposed to be? Is it number?
Currency.
Thank
Currency.
you. Currency. So did you notice the difference? This is for our long date. This is for our short date. So it depends on how you want, depends on how you want it to look. So the short date is fine. So performance score. Performance score, number, currency, or what? Percentage. Okay. Who else agrees? Performance score. So our performance score will be text. Yes. Because our data here is stored as text. These are all words. It's called as text. So forget the title. What we are looking at is what we actually have here. So it's text. Text data type. Okay. So now at least we've done the basics. We've done the basic work. We've changed, we've given each its accurate data type. So that's about loading our workbook. So first thing you should note is that once you load your data sets, make sure you format it to the right data type. Make sure you format it. If not, it's going to affect your analysis at some point. So make sure you format it to the right data type. Even before beautifying it, adding tables and everything, make sure you formatted it to the right data type. So entering, editing data in Excel. It's just basically typing anywhere in your cell, clicking any of the cells, and then imputing what you want. Let's take, for example, let's say so this is just it. You type anywhere and then impute. So if this was something we're going to work on, then after this, you immediately check and then format it to the right data types. So formatting cells, font, border, and background color. Now, looking at the set here, it doesn't really look nice. It's okay, it's not bad, but we can make it better. It can look better than this. So what will we do? First off, let's say if you check here, you'll see ID, capital letter. Although it's they are kind of initials, so it's okay. Name, small letter, except the first word, the first letter. Department, same thing. So let's say we want to format everything to be in capital letter. Then a simple thing we can do is we come here, we right click. If you come right click, insert. So we've inserted the row here. Then to change this, let's say we want to change all of them. Let the first letter be capital letter and then the rest small letter. Let's say we have what we have here instead is name. Age, salary, join, performance, and let's say we have I and then capital D. So let's say we have it as rough as this. Then we can use our proper function. We can use our proper function to change all of this. To change all of this, at least we want the first letter to be capital, while others small letter. So before starting any calculation, any function in Excel, you have to begin with an equal to sign. Equal to the function for changing at least changing the first letter to a capital letter and then others to small letter is the proper function. So it's pops up already. We are trying to change this. So if we click here, we can see I is in capital letter, D is in small letter. So if we drag this to this point, we can see that N is in capital letter, others are small letters. Z, capital letter, same thing here, same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. So what we just have to do is to copy this. Now, how I copied this is, if you just click on the first cell, you press Shift, Control, and then the navigation button. That's right, the right navigation button. It takes you here.
Hello, good evening. Please, can you repeat yourself?
You didn't get me?
Yes, press Shift Control something you say right now.
Okay, yes. Shift, Control, and then the navigation button.
May I please see the formula?
Sorry?
May I please see the formula?
I didn't get that.
He's talking about the formula you use, that equal to open bracket,
Okay.
proper.
Okay, let me write it. Let me write it here so you see. Equal to proper. Equal to proper. And then, okay, let's take another example. Let's say this is Emmanuel. Let's say this is Emmanuel, and they want to change Emmanuel. At least let E be capital and then other small. Then we can just equal to proper. Then we click on the cell. So this is it. Are we following?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So any confusion at this point?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know, did you follow to this point? This point where I changed everything, at least the first letters, to capital letters.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes,
Can
we
you hear me?
did.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you, please.
I was actually following. I got to a point that you created a row. So at that
Yeah.
point, I had issue with my network. It was not connecting. When I came back, already you plated the whole thing. So how you did it, I don't really know. I don't know if you can just use maybe 1 minute to just show me through that fasting up. I'll get it. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. So, remember our proper function equal to proper, then what you want to change. Now, instead of proper, we want to change it to capital letters. We want all of them to be in capital letters. So, want all of them to be in capital letters. So we come here, right click, and insert another row. So this is an empty row. The function for this is upper. Remember the function for getting the first letters only in capital letter is proper, while for getting all of them in uppercase is upper. So since we've gotten this, we will drag this. If we drag it here, it is applying the same function here. Because if you check up here, you're going to see upper equal to upper bracket B1. I don't know, is anyone following? Is anyone following me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
If you drag it to this point, it will apply the same function here for department. So we keep dragging so it applies to all of them up to this point. So we see we've changed all of these to uppercase. Now, what we just have to do is to copy all of this and replace it with this. Why? Because if we try to delete this immediately, you're going to run into issues. So let's try to delete it. It might work. Shift Control. Yeah. So we see we are running into issues. We can't delete this just like that because this is the actual, these are the actual cells we used to get this. These are the actual cells we used to get this. So if anything happens to this, it's going to affect our result here. So the best we can do is Control Shift this, then copy it and paste here as values, please. Not just Control V. You paste it as values. So now we can go ahead to delete this one. Please can you give me a thumbs up if you're following, if you follow to this point. Okay, that's nice. So at least we've been able to change. Please, your questions will come at the end of the class, please. So we can finish up this, at least to some extent. So we've been able to change all of these to uppercase. We've been able to change all of these to uppercase. So let's say we don't love how our table is looking, it's too compacted, and we want to like expand it, the width and then the height. So we click here. We want to highlight all of these. So Shift Control and then this, Shift Control and then navigation bar down. So we've highlighted all of this. You come to the Home tab and then come to Format. So we can change our row height to at least want it to be like higher. Let's say something like 17. Okay. At least you noticed some change here. So we want to widen it. We come to column width. Let's say 20. Are we following? But this will only work for the ones we've highlighted. But the best practice for column width is to come and double tap here. It just adjusts automatically. Just adjust automatically. That's the best practice for column width. But for column height, we can use this format button here to work on it. So we've already, at least our table is kind of looking somehow fine now. We can continue. Just like Microsoft Word.
Please, can you repeat that column height, please?
Okay. So as I said, column height So notice how this is small. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Notice how this is small. We want to increase the height. So what you do is to highlight your table. Highlight your table. So Control Shift navigation bar right, and then Control Shift navigation bar down. You come to, if maybe you're not in your home tab, you click on your home tab, come to Format, then Row Height. This is in 14.5. So you can change it to, let's say, I need a figure, please.
17.
17.
18.
18.
Okay.
Last bidder. So we go with 18. So we already done. So this is it. So it has increased. At least it's looking fine. It's looking nice.
Mr. Emmanuel, sorry,
Yes,
please
please.
excuse me. I didn't see where you clicked the row height.
The row height, I came
Yeah.
to Format. This is the row height.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
This is the column width. So as I said, after this class, just go through, navigate different tabs, just load your data set. Don't load your data set directly. Don't load your data set directly. Load it through your data and then get data. You can load it from text or CSV if it is a CSV file, or you can load from here. Your file takes you to your computer and then load it through this means, and then work on it, get the right delimiter, work on it. Don't load it directly. Don't load it directly. Directly is fine, you can, but don't, for the sake of practice and then knowing it. Now we've already got into this point. So just want to format this to look fine. We can add borders of our choice. So this is it. We can add borders of our choice if we want. We can add borders of our choice if we want. So just go through it, know how to navigate it, and then all of that. Formatting cells, formatting borders, background, and so on. So at least it should be nice. When someone sees your data set, they shouldn't just be scattered. Format it, make it colorful, but not too colorful. Not too colorful. It's not just about making it colorful, at least. It should be insightful. Then data manipulation and data management. Data manipulation has to do with everything we do to our data. Everything we do to our data. Bending it the way we want, making it look like the way we want. That is data manipulation. That is data management. We have name range. Now, name range is all about giving a particular name to the range of data we want to. Giving a particular name to a range of data we want to. For example, we might decide that we want to label from here to this point. We want to give it a name. We might decide we want to give it a name. We might decide from here to the last, we want to give it a name. So that is naming the range of data, name range. It is important because let's say we want to calculate that we are working on a data that will require us to calculate a particular column. A particular column. So let's say we are always used to calculating let's use okay, the average age. Average age. The average age is 37. Please note the formula. The formula is equal to, remember I said for every calculation in Excel, it starts with equal to average D2, which is where we want to start our calculation from. D2, where we want to start our calculation from, to where we want it to stop. That is D26. D2 to D26. So let's say we want to calculate the average age from D2 to D26. It to be equal to average, then D2 to D26. So 37. So now back to our name range. Now let's imagine that we are always used to calculating this like this. Every time, instead of writing D2 to D26, we can give D2 to D26 a name that will help us whenever we want to calculate it. We just input that name. That is name range. So how can we do this? We first highlight what we want, and then we go to the formula bar. We click on name manager. Then we rename it to what we want. Let's say instead of age, we can call it, okay, let's just use age. Okay, let's just use age. Then we press OK. Press OK. So now, let's check out something. Remember our first one, we said equal to average bracket D2 semicolon D26. So instead of writing D2 to D26, we can simply say we want to calculate the average of this, equal to average age bracket close. Still give us 37. I don't know, is there any confusion?
No, sir.
Any
I have
confusion?
a question. About the borders that you added on the table. There's where we were given a data set from DataCamp, and I tried to add borders and it didn't allow me to. Is it because I have filters?
You say you were given a data set from DataCamp. It didn't allow you to add borders.
Yes, I was trying to practice
Did you
it.
highlight?
And
Did you highlight where you want to add the borders?
yes, I highlighted the whole table. It's it was already a table, so I tried to add borders.
Can you share your screen?
So I'll
Okay, maybe at the end of the class, see what you do. At the end of the class,
okay.
you share
Okay.
your screen and let's see.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Name range. So we have conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is typically how you want specific values to look like. The features apply to specific cells based on the conditions we've given to them. Cells based on the conditions we've given to them. Take for example, we want data sets. We want a situation whereby if we look at age, we will immediately see those who are above 30. We will immediately see those who are above 30. Then we can click on the column we want to apply our conditional formatting to. We click on it. We go to our home tab. This is conditional formatting. So you can navigate through all of this. You can, after the class, just check all of this. It will do you no harm, sincerely. So check all of these and then top 10 items, top 10%, bottom 10 items, and so on. Just click on it randomly and know what it gives you. Then for now, we want to see, want to apply conditional formatting to those who are above 30 here. So we come here, highlight cell rules, greater than. Let's see what you to give us. So greater than, want to see those above 30. Those above 30. And we want it to show as light red. If we want it to show as light red, it will definitely show as light red. Then, but let's get something thicker. This is definitely bloody. Let's try this. Okay. Okay. But this is too bloody. Let's use our light red. So here we can see that.
Sir, please, sorry for interruption. Please, can you come again with the conditional formatting?
Okay. So I said conditional formatting is specifically how we want certain cells to look like based on specific criteria. Let's say we have an example here. We have an example here. We want, in this age, for the age here, we want to immediately see all those who are above 30 years. All those who are above 30. That means from 31 and above, we want a particular color to be applied to them. Are you following?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So times like that, we can apply conditional formatting. Then what we'll have to do is, where do we want to apply the conditional formatting? We highlight it. After highlighting, we go to our home tab. We are there already. So home tab, this is conditional formatting. If you click on conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. These are different rules. If we want to see those between the ages of this and this, we can go here. If we want to see those that are just 30 years, we can do this. If you want to see like text containing certain letters, we can do this. So this is most applicable. Let's say you're working with a data set, a very large data set. And then you want it to be like fine. When you look at this data set, you want to just see those who are above 30. It should be in red color. So when you look at this data set, you want to see those who are above 30. So you can use conditional formatting. At this point, you want to see those who are above 30 for the for the age column. So greater than what? So we write what we want here. The rule we are giving to it, the criteria is format. It says format cells that are greater than what? We want 30, that are greater than 30. How do you want it to be formatted? Is it light red filled with dark red text, or just light red fill? That is, the background will be light red. This is what we want. We press OK. Are you there? If you followed me to this point, can I?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if you watch here, 41 is definitely greater than 30. So it's already highlighted. 44, same thing to this point. 26 is less than 30. That's why it's not highlighted. 29 is less than 30. That's why it's not highlighted. And so on. Now, this is 30. It's not highlighted. Can anybody tell me why?
Because
Because
It's
30
not.
That is
be
equal.
30.
Thank you.
30.
Thank you. So that is it. So that is it. So this is conditional formatting. So you can go through it, explore, and then just try your hands around it. If there are any questions, always reach out to me in my DM from 7:30 to 9 p.m. every day, please. So we've seen for conditional formatting. So how to sort data, how to filter data, how to remove duplicates. Sorting is basically rearranging our data from small to big, from the largest to the smallest. If it's alphabetical, from A to Z, and so on. Anyhow we want it. That is specifically sorting. How we want to sort our data. We can also sort by color. We want all the data with this color. We want all the cells with this column, with this color to be above or below. We can sort that. We'll see that in a while. Then filtering data, just like the word here, to filter means we want to sieve out specific data we don't want to see. Specific data we do not want to see. That's filtering data. Removing duplicates. Removing duplicates has to do with removing data that appears twice or more. That appears more than twice. Maybe we just want to see just a specific row, and then that's that. We'll see that in a short while. Text to columns. So text to column in Excel is if there's, let's say, if you're giving a data set, and then after loading the data set, you discover that all of the data just like they were entered in a particular column, which is not supposed. And then you can use the text to column feature to divide all of them into different columns. So let's see that before we check others. So we talked about our sorting. So sorting is basically rearranging our data to how we want. And now to sort, you have to sort by columns. Remember, these are our columns, different columns. So we have to sort by column. So this data here, this column here is already sorted. As we can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's sorted 4, 5, and so on. It's sorted from the list to the highest number. So if we want to sort this from the highest to the lowest, then we highlight it. You go to the Home tab, then Sort and Filter. You click the drop down here. This is sort from the smallest to the largest. It is already from smallest to largest. Do we want it from largest to smallest? We click on it. Let's sort out immediately. So we see 25, 24, and so on. Are we following? Let's return back.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
So this is for numbers. Let's say we want to sort names, the name column, let's say from A to Z. If there's anybody bearing Adam here, the person should come first. If there's anybody bearing Blessing, it should come second. And if there's anybody bearing Zedekiah, then it should come last. So we can come here, we highlight it, sort and filter from A to Z. Sort. So it's clear that nobody bears Adam, nobody bears Blessing. We only have Charles, Christopher, and so on, up to the last, Susan, which is the last year. Are we following? So that's that. So thank you. So we can sort particularly based on any column. So if you notice, we sorted based on the name column. Have you noticed that our ID has changed? Our ID has changed because obviously Charles has an ID number of 9. He's in finance department. He's 37 years of age. He earns 31K. He joined on the 10th of August. His performance score is good. So now there's no way we can sort by age and Charles' ID will automatically change to 1. I don't know if you're getting me. So if you sort by any column, that column is going to take up all other information in its row with it. So that means it might mean that other columns might not be sorted that way. So looking at this table, we can simply say that yes, we sorted it by column name. If we are sorting it by age, then let's say from the smallest to the largest. You see, that way. That's how it is. Okay. Patrick, any problem?
Okay, I was
No.
about to ask, I think you've clarified it. I was asking if we're sorting by column, what happens to the other columns? That could have
Okay.
more detail about the column we're sorting with. So you explained it using the ID that every other column would follow along. So
Yes.
it's clear now. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Ntande. Sorry if I didn't get that right.
It's okay. Quickly. I was asking if it's possible that you can just filter the information of those who are younger than 30 with a good performance.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I was asking if it's possible that you can quickly filter and show only those who are younger than 30 with a good performance.
Okay. Yes, we can. When we get to we are sorting now. So sorting doesn't take away any information. Like it only rearranges.
Okay.
Yeah, it only rearranges. So that's what sorting does. And Then we've talked about sorting by either numbers or what's it called, or alphabet. We can also sort by colors. We can also sort by colors. Let's imagine we just want to see all those, okay, all the edges with color red, we just want to see them above, or we just want to see them below. Then we can sort that way too. So we click on it, we go to our sort and filter. Now, it is not smallest to largest because this is color, obviously. It is not largest to smallest. So let's try custom sorting. Now, sort by. This is the column we are supposed to sort. But we don't want to sort by name. We don't want to sort by ID. We don't want to sort by department. We want to sort by age. So we click on age. We click on this drop down and select the column that is age. Now, we are not sorting cell values. Cell values are, for ID, the cell value here is 9. For name, the cell value here is Charles, Christopher. Finance, IT, HR, that. So we are not sorting by the cell value. For age, we want to sort by cell color, the cell color. Now, we want all those with this color to be on top. They should be at the top, all those with this color. So after this, okay. Let's see if it's correct. So this is it. All those with this color are on top. So immediately we look at our data set. We already know, yes, okay, we once said all those above 30 should be red and they are on top. Fine, this is it. So now for filter. To filter, you click anywhere inside your table and then come to filter.
Yeah, hello. What about sort by ascending or descending order?
Yeah, I think we've done that. Sorting by ascending or descending. By ascending means we should begin from the smallest down. Then descending, we should begin from the highest down. So
okay.
that's it. So pretty much same as this. You can still use this smallest to largest. You can still use this. So now after sorting, so we've seen conditional formatting, we've seen sorting, then we've seen filtering. We've seen filtering. We're going to see filtering right now. So to filter, you click anywhere inside, anywhere in your table, you come to filter, you click on filter. So you see immediately it applies this to all of them. Let's say just this. Did you notice the difference? Now we want this filter to be applied to all these columns. For that, we click anywhere in our table. We come to sort and filter and click on filter. So this filter tool will appear here as a whole in all of them. But let's say we just want to filter a particular column. Then we highlight that column. We go to filter and click on it. It's going to appear for just that column. Now, we've gotten our filter tool for all of them. Somebody said something before. Let's filter, I don't know. Somebody give a suggestion. Somebody was asking a question. Let's filter something. I don't know. Can you remind me?
All those below 30 with a good performance.
Okay. Now, we'll take it one after the other. All those below 30. all those below 30, that should be from 29, right?
Yes, you can include 30, it's fine.
Okay. So all those from 30 years down, off. So what we just have to do
No,
is we come here, we uncheck it. We've unchecked this, and then we press OK. So we are only seeing those from 30. We didn't uncheck 30. So we are only seeing those from 31. Okay, there's no 31. From ages above 30 to the last. Then we still want to see those from ages above 30 who have good performance. What will we do? We come here to the performance score. We just want to see those with good performance. So we uncheck everything. We just want to see good performance. Okay. So this is it. Any confusion? Any confusion?
no.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hello, sir. Please, can you repeat yourself?
Hello, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me
We
now?
can't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what's muted. So let's say we want to apply the formatting to age alone. Want to apply the formatting to age alone. Then we click on age column. Then we go to sort and filter. We want to apply the filter formats to the age alone. So we click on age, we go to sort and filter, click on filter. It appears here alone. So let's filter. We just want to see
You have muted your mic again.
sorry, I don't know. Sorry. So
You are me.
yeah, let me take that again. So I'm saying, let's imagine. So where did you stop? Where? Let me know where to continue from. Where did you stop hearing me? Hello, guys. Can anyone
Yes,
hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. When did you stop hearing me?
You were talking about filtering each row. You stop at age. where we will click on the drop down button beside that age. We want to
Okay.
filter each column rather.
Okay. Yeah. So now we want to filter the age. We just want to see those who are above 30. We don't want to see those who are below 30. So we click on the drop down. Then we uncheck this. There are still better ways, but we'll stick onto that. We uncheck this. And then we uncheck everything below 30. From 30 years below, we uncheck it. Then we press OK. So this automatically filters everything. We can't see anybody below 30 here. We can't see anybody below 30. So let's imagine you're organizing a program, and that program is specifically for ages between what's it called? For ages between 18 to 25. For 18 to 25, then you can use the filter. So, but we are trying to see those below 30 who have good performance. So we come back here. We want to see only good performance. Good performance. We check on good performance, the one we want to see. Okay. So this is it. Seems we forgot to uncheck 22. How bad. But at least, I don't know if you understand to this point.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
we did.
Thank you. So this 22 is part of our mistakes. So, but if you uncheck it, you won't see it. Momo or Desco. Any question?
Thank you so
Momo.
much. I have a concern. Thank you for the class, and I've seen the way you have done. Yes. Yeah, sure. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you, please.
Okay, so I have a concern. I've seen the way, for example, you demonstrated the filter and the sorting out portion of the data that we are analyzing. And I've also seen you using the different set of formatting. Now, my question is there a possibility of us using the find and replace function in Excel? Probably you are doing a set of data work and you enter the wrong individual name, for example, in the set of data, and then you need to replace that identical individual along with the other set of information that you already entered. Is there a way that you can easily be able to find and replace that? I mean, sort the data out and then find and replace the individual that is not supposed to be part of the data set. Thank you.
Please, can you come again? Just take it slowly, please.
Okay. For example, I'm working in payroll, right?
Yeah.
And I was actually supposed to include a new staff called Joanna. And mistakenly, I left out Johnson. Then later on, HR informed me they saw an error in the payroll that has been prepared by finance, and I was in that seat. And then they asked me to replace Johnson with Joanna along with the appropriate salary allocated for Joanna. Is there an easier way that I can use find and replace in Excel to carry on this function without going to retype the entire information? Thank you.
This is exactly the find and replace, just like in Microsoft Word. So you find your word, you replace it with what you want. Let's say you're trying to replace all the words. Maybe let's say you use Joanna. Let's say you want to replace Joanna with some Please, can we finish this? Is this the same person?
No, it's not me. That's another
Okay.
person, not me.
Okay. So for that, you just use your after the find and replace beside the sort and filter. So you just click on it, find it, and replace it. If you want to replace all, you replace it automatically. You replaces everything. So that's it. So, but then let's imagine you are asked to.
Thank you, Manuel. Thank you.
Yeah. Please, all questions should come
How
later
about
after the class, please. Please, let's know if we can just get something. So let's imagine you were asked to. Okay, fine. There are other forms of filtering. So let's say we want to filter, want to just get an exact age, So let's say you're working on a data set and you're doubting if this age is okay, if this data is actually in the data set you're working on, then you can also use the filter. Then you come to the number filters. These are the different options for you. You want to find an exact number. Remember, we are in the age column. You want to find all those numbers that are not equal to. You want to find numbers that are greater than this. You want to find numbers that are ages that are between this and this. You can also do that. And then for the person that asks for the find and replace also, although it's still a long process, this find and replace function here can help. But you can also, if you come here, then you can get, let's say it's Joanna, but you want to change it to something else. It's Joanna. Then you can come here, equals to Joanna. It will definitely bring out all the records bearing Joanna. It will definitely bring out the records bearing Joanna for you. So that's that. Then we talked about the text to column. So let's say I give an example. I was trying to explain the text to column. Let's say you have a data set that's just separated by comma and not table, not separated into rows and columns. And then when you loaded it, it was just all of them were just fixed in a particular column. And then you want to separate it into different columns. Then you can use the text to column. After now, I'll share this data set with you. So this is exactly what I mean. This is normally it shouldn't look like this because this is all in column A. Meanwhile, they have different information. This is ID, name, department, age, salary, joining data, performance score. They have different information. But then we can, what's it called? We can divide it and then into different columns. So we come here, highlight. We click on text to column. Delimiter, because it's definitely separated. Here we can see separated by comma. Click on delimiter next. Then what is it separated by? Separated by a comma. Separated by a comma. So if you click on the right delimiter, you will see it separating immediately. Let's check others to see if, so semicolon, it doesn't work. Is it space?
Hello,
Getting
Mr. Emmanuel, please. Can you go back a little, please, from when you imported the file? Sorry.
Okay, I just double clicked on the file and it opened. And why it's loaded as just in a single column is because it's initially it wasn't separated by rows and columns. It was just separated by comma. It's just separated by comma. That's why it's Excel assumes this data as a whole to be just a single column. If there were lines here, at least you to tell Excel that yes, this belongs to this particular column and so on. So for this, let's imagine you have a data set like this. Then we can use the text to column feature to separate it. So we highlight it as a whole. We go to the data tab, text to column, then we right click. We select the right delimiter. Is it space? It's definitely not space because it's separated by comma. So we check comma. So once we check comma, we see that it's definitely, they are all separated. We click on next. No need for all this data format and so on. We can still format them here. After we've loaded it, then we finish. So we see it has identified and then replaced all the commas with columns. Replace them with columns. So this is it. This is it. So, but then if we notice, we'll see that we have data here as our column header. Meanwhile, our column header is supposed to be this. So we can either delete this or we check the Power Query editor. Yes, I said I'll show you the Power Query editor before now, where you can use to do perform a lot of functions. So after now, you can still try your hands on it. So to go to the Power Query editor, let's imagine you're in home. So you go to data. So it's loading. So we are trying to get name, department, age to be our column header and not column 1, column 2, column 3. So what we do, we are already in our Power Query editor. If you notice, you see that it's kind of different. It's kind of different. You can perform different functions here. You can remove column, you can keep rows, remove, split, and so on. If you go to the transform tab, the same thing. So, but now we are trying to make this our column header. What will we do? So we go to our home tab. We're already in our home tab. Use first row as headers. So this is it. It has replaced. We have our ID, name, department, age, and so on. So we close and apply. Sorry, close and load. So automatically, we've seen it. We've seen it. So ID, name, department, age, salary, and so on. So that's about our text to column future.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Please, can you explain that part, sir?
Which part, please?
Or text to the table.
Text to column. Man,
Yeah, exactly, sir.
if there's a way we still have many things to do this night. We'll be stopping at 10. So, but okay. Now the text to column, as I said, the text to column is basically when you want to divide your data into different columns, multiple columns, anyhow. So you use the text to column feature to divide it into different columns. What you have to do is when you've imported your data set, and then you go to the data column, you click on text to column. If you click on the data tab, if you click on the data tab, let me just be showing it. You click on the data tab, you see the text to column, and then you choose the delimiter you want. This is the data tab. This is text to column. When you click on it, you choose the delimiter you want. If it's separated by comma, then you choose the comma delimiter. If it's separated by semicolon or space, you choose it, and then go next, and then finish up. So basically, that is just the text to column. It's about dividing our data set into columns rather. So we are just going to so after this, I'll give you a data set to work on where you just do this, and then I might ask you to submit it, but just make sure you do it so you get your hands around Excel. Now, formulas and functions in Excel. So formulas are user-defined expressions. Basically, we can just say formulas are, should we say external commands we give to Excel, external commands we give. So formulas are like the external commands we give, while functions are inbuilt formulas. And then remember when we were trying to do something about proper, I said, before you start any function or formula in Excel, you must begin with an equal to sign. You must begin with an equal to sign. So a function is basically like a command we give. It's external. It's not inbuilt. Let's say we want to do this plus this. Let's forget this is salary. Let's just assume this to be a normal number. And why it's so is because if you check here, it's in general. We've not converted it to currency. So that's why it's appearing like a normal figure. So let's imagine we just want to do this plus this. Then a formula will be equal to this this thing acting like square. So this is it. This plus this will give us this. That's a formula. We just had to put it on. Then a function is inbuilt. A function is inbuilt. Let's say instead of doing this plus this, we just want to, it's the same thing as sum. So we can just go sum of, you see, a function is already there and it like guides you through what you want, equal to sum. You see, all these are functions. We click on sum. So it tells us this, what we should do. Want to do some of this. and this, we still get the same thing. So functions are pretty much formulas that are already inbuilt in Excel. They're already there in Excel. They're already there in Excel. Then most of the times for functions and formulas to work well, we have to do with referencing. If you notice, throughout the time we were talking, show you something. Throughout the times we were doing our calculations, like if you watch here, you're going to notice that we did the sum of D2 plus E2. That is D2 plus E2, and not the sum of 44 plus 78,640. So that's how calculations work in Excel. It uses cell reference instead of the actual value. So Excel uses cell reference in its calculations instead of the actual value. Please, can I get a thumbs up if you're following me? Okay. Oh, others have slept.
We are
Only
here.
Edidio.
We are here. We are not sleeping.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. So Excel uses cell reference instead of the actual value. And now in Excel, we have relative cell referencing and absolute cell reference. Relative cell reference and absolute cell reference. Now, a relative cell reference is just like the word relative. Like, it's kind of, if we say something is relative, that means it's like it's relative to this, it's relative to that. It changes. It kind of changes. When it comes to you, it is just for you. When it comes to another, it is for that person. So it's not static, it changes. But when we say something is absolute, when something is absolute, it doesn't change. It's absolute, it doesn't change. No matter what, it remains the same. That's absolute cell reference. But relative changes. Now, absolute cell reference, okay, let's start with relative cell reference. Relative cell reference is specifically, let's say we want to add this and this. We want to add this and this. Forget about age, forget about salary. Let's assume all of these to be just mere figures, normal figures. So we want to add this to this. So we are going to have the sum of this and this. Instead of this, let's the sum of D2 and E2. So we've seen the sum of D2 and E2. Now, if we drag this here and click inside here, we are going to see D3 and E3. If we drag this, we click here, we're going to see D4, E4. So what it means is that this is a relative reference. This plus this will give you this. This plus this will give you this. This plus this will give you this. The formula we used here applied relative reference. And that is why, as it keeps going down, it keeps changing to that particular cell. I don't know if you're understanding me. The formula we use there is the sum of D2, comma, E2. If it comes down here, because it is a relative reference cell, if it comes down here, it's going to be D2, comma, E3. If it comes down here, D4, comma, E4. If it comes down here again, it will be D5, comma, E5, because it's a relative reference. Same thing. But let's say we want to apply absolute reference. Now, remember, absolute reference means it doesn't change. It doesn't change. Relative reference change. So to apply absolute reference, we use the dollar sign. So it's going to be the sum of D2. So if you note, can you hear me? Are you following me, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is D2, but we've applied absolute reference by including a dollar sign before D and a dollar sign before 2. But if you watch here, oh, shit. Okay, let's just continue to E2. Now, if you watch this one, there's no dollar sign included here and here. That's why it will change. If we come down here, it will change to D3, E3. If we come down here, it will change to D4, E4. If we come down here, D5, E5. If we come down here, if we apply this here, if we drag this down, it will change to D6, E6. But now, let's see if same thing is going to happen since we've locked this, we've applied an absolute reference. Now, look at this. It is still D2, E2. D2, E2 plus E4. D2, E2 plus E5. D2, E2 plus E6. That means we applied absolute reference to this. We locked this cell, and we are using this particular cell here to add to everything here. This seems a bit confusing. Are we following?
Confusing. You can go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are.
Please, could you,
We are
Yes, sir,
following.
we are
could you
following.
repeat?
Okay.
Could you please repeat the absolute,
Yes, you're following.
absolute one, the absolute side you're explaining?
You don't understand the absolute.
I understand, but I just need to get it more.
Okay. So, but you understand the relative referencing. The relative referencing means we are not locking any cell. Like
Yes,
here.
I understand that one.
Yes, yes. But for the absolute reference, we have to lock a particular cell. Okay, let me give you an example now. Let me give you an example. Let us say that, let's change this to, instead of age, let's say it is, let's just call it salary 1. Let's just call it salary 1. Let's call it salary 1. So let's say you're working as let's just use the HR. You're working as the HR, and then you want to add 44 naira. This is the different salaries earned by employees in your company. and you want to add only 44 naira to all of them, that's where you apply the absolute reference. By locking this 44 and then adding it to this, adding it to this, to this, up to the end. Because if you don't lock this 44, if you don't apply absolute reference to it, what it means is that it's going to be 44 plus this, which will give you this. If you drag it down, it's going to be 53 plus this. If you drag it down, it will be 40 plus this. If you drag it down, it will keep adding this way. But if you apply absolute reference and lock this, even if you keep dragging it down, it will be 44 plus this, 44 plus this, 44 plus this, till you keep dragging down. I don't know if you understand me.
Very well, sir.
Yes. And now, the way to lock a cell, but the way to apply absolute reference is a $sign. Let's say the cell you want to lock is E7. E7. Then a $sign before E, a $sign after E. You've locked E7. Where is E7? Let's see E7. This is E7. You've locked it. Any confusion so far?
Yeah, very clear now. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. So we just rush over it. We just have 2 minutes, so we kind of take questions, and we still have a lot of things to cover. But then I don't know. I hope you've understood to this point. That's the essence.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Please, can I get a thumbs up if you've understood to this point, please? Those who are here, if you've understood to this point, can I get a thumbs up? This is nice. This is nice. Okay. Edidion. Patrick.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Your hands are up.
Sorry, that was a mistake.
Okay, no problem.
No, it's okay.
So let's know if you can just touch a few things and then call it a night. Oh, why? Okay, so we've talked about relative referencing and relative references and absolute references. So I don't think anyone has a problem with that. So now basic functions in Excel. So we just wrap this up, and then we've seen sum a number of times. We've used sum. So sum is basically to add up. Yes, to add up. So this is a function. It is not a formula. It is not a formula. So this is the syntax for it. Equal to sum brackets A semicolon A5 or A comma A5. Then average, pretty much like just like sum, equal to average B semicolon B5. So this is it. So count is like getting individuality of every row, getting the individuality of every row. Let's say this will be important. So let's say now we're trying to like find out how many so what can we find out now? Okay, let's just say now I want to find out how many our row is. We can just use our count function. So it's going to count this individually. It's going to count this one after the other, one after the other, up to the end. One after the other, up to the end. So, but let's imagine now that you're working on, I forgot to add the function there. you're working on a data set, a very large number of data sets, and you do not know you don't know what's it called? You don't know the number of rows you have in your data set. Yes. So you can use the counter function. The counter function. So counter function is specifically to get the number of rows in your data set, whether they are missing values, whether they are empty rows, it doesn't mind. It just gives you everything. So now we know that we have 26 rows of data. So you just use the counter function equal to counter brackets A semicolon A, A semicolon A. Then if you want to know um, okay, sorry, the counter function here gives you the total rows of data you have, even if they are empty cells. But the count function, the function gives you the number of data you have, the number of rows you have that are not empty cells. Let's try something. Okay, so did you notice anything? The count function only counts rows with data. So if you watch here, this row doesn't have any data.
I can't hear you again, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So I said the count function counts rows with data. Counts rows with data. So our rows with data here, there are 25 rows with data that have data in it. This particular row doesn't have any data in it. It didn't count it. But our counter function counts every row, even those without data. Even those without data. So that's pretty much what the count function does. So we have the count, we have the counter function. So we'll just run through others and then. So the minimum function is used to check the least number, maximum, the highest number. The if function is specifically a conditional function. So it's a conditional function that if certain criteria is met, if certain criteria are met, then it should be this. Let's say pretty much maybe when you're working, maybe as a teacher in school, and then after you've graded your students, and then you've graded your students, but you want to indicate that all those who are above, who score above 40, you should indicate as pass, and those who score below 40 should indicate as fail. Then use your if function. Then concatenate is used to merge. Characters. It's used to merge characters, two characters or even more. Let's say you have columns name and then surname, first name and surname, and then you want to concatenate it. Then you can use the concat function. Then today function is used to get the exact date of that day. So just as it is here, you just equal to today, bracket open and close. You click on it, it will give you the exact date. So you can try that out and see. And then the left function is used to get specific characters, to extract specific characters. So here we say equal to left bracket h1, comma 3. So what we are trying to say is that in column H, in the cell H1, extract 3 characters. In our column H, we point out the cell we want, H1. We want it to extract 3 characters from the left. So that's that. So far, we'll be stopping here. We'll still have other things to do, but we'll be stopping here. And then maybe when we meet next time, in 2 weeks' time, just rush over it and then check out other stuffs we have to do. So far, so good. Thank you so much for this class. For those who stayed to this point, I'm really grateful. As I said at the beginning of the class, you'll be so disappointed if you meet a barber who has just started barbing. Not disappointed in the sense that he won't be able to barb you, but you would not want him to barb you. So to be an excellent data analyst, try as much as possible, not just to finish the courses, but at least to know to some extent. Study them very well. You've been given this opportunity. Let us use it well. Once again, thank you so much. I think Abimbola is here. I don't know.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, Emmanuel.
Please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, well done. Job
Thank
well
you.
done. Amazing. Hello,
Can I speak
everyone.
on?
Good evening.
Good
Yeah,
evening. How are you?
evening.
we can hear you. Hello, we can hear you, Abimbola. Hello?
I think she has a
I
network
want to urge
issue.
everyone to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so I just want to urge everyone to please do well to keep up with the learning courses, the courses that are already updated on data camp, right? So the courses, the learning structure goes in a way that aside just learning on data camp, you can also learn during the weekends when we have these kinds of classes. So I want to urge everyone to please don't take this opportunity for granted. Don't think that because you have it free, then you can do whatever you want. Like I said before, we are taking that and are coming to these classes, right? So I want to wish everyone good luck as you continue to excel while you take these courses, and I wish you well in the coming week. Please, if you have any issues, do well to drop your concerns on the group chat so that your issues will be resolved by the team, right? So thank you everyone for joining today's class. I don't know, Emmanuel, do you have any other thing to tell the students?
Okay, yes. Just one more thing. So I just same thing I've been saying before now. So to make the work easier for all of us, let's try to go through the course, go through it. So when we come to class, it will be more easier for us. So it will be more interactive, and then we can even teach ourselves. Like, I think we should get to that point where if we are going to get there, definitely. We will get there. Maybe in our next class, I'll just call someone up to um, discuss and then teach us while I listen. So we'll get there. So expect random calls anytime. It might be you.
No, please, when are we getting the voice record? I'll be the recording, please.
You will get it pretty soon. It will be communicated to you in the group after now.
Yeah, Emmanuel, just before you go, I want to ask you a question. In terms of the course structure, now that we have completed the introduction to Excel, what's the next course that we're supposed to begin with?
Okay, I don't know if you have do you have access to your the link, the Google Drive for the do you have access to the link in your Google Drive? The Techsavia link that was sent. Do you have access to it?
Uh,
So the
I
syllable is there. The syllable is there. So it's arranged. It was divided into weeks. I divided week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So at least maybe can keep you on track. But if you are able to finish all of them in 1 week, that's fine. Well, I don't know how you can finish everything in 1 week, but if you can, that's fine. Remember, the essence is to know it and then practice. Just keep practicing. That's it. So, but if you don't have access to it, maybe I don't know, anyone can just share the syllable in the group maybe after now, so you can get it.
Okay, so the thing is, I don't think I got it. I've just opened it. I don't think I'm totally done. I'm where we talk about advanced Excel functions, but I've been finding it difficult to actually go through because it's talking about VLOOK, XLOOKUP. I mean,
Yeah.
those are things that I'm coming across for the very first time. So
Yeah.
I was hoping that we're going to touch it today, but now that we have not touched it, I don't know during the course of the week whether I can be able to reach out to you for specific understanding, because I don't know how to. I'm confused. I haven't going through the lesson over and again yet. I'm still lacking the concept. I'm really finding it difficult.
Okay. So I'll this week I'll let you know. We'll have, even if it's 15 minutes session.
Okay.
Those who will be interested within the week. Well, I'll let you know the day and the time. For now, it's not figured out. If it will be possible, I'll let you know. Just a 15-minute session to discuss lookups, and so that's it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That will be very fine. That will
Yeah,
be
you're
very
welcome.
fine. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, Abimbola, I'm done. Are you here? Can you hear me?
I don't think she's on the call.
Okay. Yeah, so that will be all for tonight. So I wish you a splendid week. Then enjoy your week. Thank you so much for attending. I'm grateful.
Thank you. Please don't forget the
Is there any
recording, please.
assignment?
Sorry?
Sir, is there any assignment?
Yes, I said I'll give you an assignment. Yeah, I'll send it to the group. So you just look through it and do it. So
Please don't
maybe
forget
if
to recording,
yeah,
please.
you said?
Please do not forget to drop the recording, please.
Okay, no problem. No problem. We'll check if okay. No problem. Okay, take care. Good night all.
That's all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.